There's one war raging right now in the world that doesn't get a lot of attention, and it's the one that Saudi and its allies are waging against Yemen. So Saudi Arabia is largely Sunni, and they do not like that largely Shiite-led revolt in Yemen overturned the government there. And so they have basically invaded with a coalition of other Arab allies that are also largely Sunni, and they say Iran is backing the other side in Yemen, so they need to obliterate the opposition and bring back the Sunni government. Now, sometimes they don't put it in Sunni Shia terms, but oftentimes they don't even really bother covering up that that's exactly what they're doing. And one of the reasons they're concerned is because Yemen is right next to them. So not only are they concerned that a neighboring state would have Shia take over, they're also concerned that it might then go into their territory and cause them trouble. So they have been bombing Yemen mercilessly. And it doesn't get a lot of press, but I wanted to tell you about the latest because there are some outrages there. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon condemned an airstrike on a school in northern Yemen that killed 10 children and called for an investigation, while the Saudi-led coalition said the attack had targeted a training facility run by the Houthi group. That's the group that they are targeting. So this is an excuse we often get, and sometimes the U.S. will say it. Oh, did we bomb a hospital in Afghanistan? Did we bomb a wedding party? No. It was all training facilities. Israel, when they do the incursions against Gaza and other places, will say, oh, no, they were human shields. They were using human shields. So now we, the United States, get a lot of criticism when we do that, and justly deserved, and I'm among the people criticizing us for it because I want us to be better than that. Israel gets a lot of criticism for that. But here we are with Saudi Arabia, and almost no one hears a peep. So let's be fair and even-handed here. Anyone bombing schools is an outrage, and I don't care what they claim about the opposition groups doing training facilities. I mean, at a bare minimum, they were absolutely wrong, and I'm not sure I even believe that. And that's your best case scenario. And so if you accidentally bomb a school and kill 10 kids, the very, very least you could do is apologize for it. That apology has not been forthcoming. An aid group, which is Doctors Without Borders, said 28 other children were wounded in Saturday's attack on the school in the Sada province. And this is just one attack that's been condemned because it was particularly outrageous, but the whole campaign has been fairly outrageous. Reuters explains dozens of airstrikes have hit civilian facilities in Yemen since a coalition of Arab states led by Saudi Arabia began military operations in March of 2015 to restore President Abd Rabbu Mansur Hadi to power and roll back the gains by the Iran-allied Houthis. There's a couple of reasons why we ignore this war, because we're not as deeply involved. It's just our money and our weapons that are involved, but not soldiers and troops. The second reason is the Saudis are our allies. When it's our allies, we look away. If it's people we are not aligned with, I can't believe they killed kids, women, and children. They're terrorists, no good terrorists, right? When it's people we're aligned with, whether it's us, it's, Israel during the Gaza incursions. Actually, we're tougher on Israel. The U.S. is tougher on Israel than it is on Saudi Arabia. Because even in those situations, the U.S. will at least, they'll block all UN resolutions, etc., but they'll at least come out and say, don't do that. That's not right. Here, barely a peep out of the U.S. when it comes to Saudi Arabia. Because we talk about how UK is a great and special ally and Israel is, etc. No, our top ally is Saudi Arabia. As long as they keep that cheap oil rolling, you do whatever you want in Yemen. Shh. Oh, 15 out of the 19 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia. Shh. Oh, they're the ones who funded the Sunni insurgency against us in Iraq and had all those troops, American troops, die because the Saudis funded it because they're working with the Wahhabis, which is the Muslim fundamentalists inside Saudi Arabia. We cover up for Saudi Arabia more than any other country on earth. And partly because we cover up for them, they keep doing more and more heinous things. They think, well, I guess there's never going to be any accountability as long as we keep that relatively cheap oil flowing. Man, that is a deal I am not interested in. That is a terrible deal for American citizens and our government. But our government keeps making that deal, partly because it's a lot of powerful interests and corporations that benefit from that deal. Not you, not I, not the American taxpayer, not our troops, not our citizens. But as long as the rich and powerful keep getting rich off of Saudi Arabia, you're not going to hear much about what's happening in Yemen.